Eamonn Holmes' sorrowful message to ex-wife Ruth Langsford declaring he wasn't okay could have an unexpected motive, a relationship expert has claimed. The GB News star, who today walked out of his program Live on Air after falling ill, last week opened up for the first time about his divorce, admitting, "I'm not okay. This is not a good time at all." The 64-year-old presenter spoke to the Mirror at the Trick Awards, where he was nominated in the Best News Presenter category, as well as Best News Broadcast. Reflecting on the end of the couple's 14-year marriage, Eamonn added, "It's too early to say, but I hope we can still be friends." Struggling with chronic back pain, which saw him require a high-tech wheelchair at the ceremony, he even admitted feeling as if he is on borrowed time. Psychologist and relationship expert Dr. Louise Goddard Crawley says she is torn between the true meaning of Eamonn's latest remarks. She claims they could be perceived as manipulative in a bid to guilt-trip Ruth, or on the other hand, could be viewed as a cry for help. "I would interpret this as indicative of Eamonn's own internal struggle with his motivations," Dr. Goddard Crawley told the Mirror. "His drive to reach out publicly and express his vulnerability suggests a deeper conflict between a desire for sympathy and a genuine need for emotional support. This duality in his actions could reflect his own uncertainty about his intentions and emotional needs." Suggesting his comments could be perceived as a form of guilt-tripping, she continued, "This perspective suggests that Eamonn is using emotional appeals to evoke sympathy from Ruth and the public, potentially making Ruth feel responsible for his distress. His hope that they can remain friends might place pressure on Ruth to maintain a relationship, complicating her ability to move on." Publicly discussing his personal struggles adds another layer of complexity. This public disclosure could be seen as an attempt to garner support and sympathy from the audience, indirectly influencing Ruth's image and increasing the emotional burden on her. On the other hand, Eamonn's statements could be viewed as expressions of genuine vulnerability and honesty, the expert claims. His openness about his emotional and physical struggles might be his way of managing public curiosity and speculation, rather than a manipulative tactic, Dr. Goddard Crawley explained. The desire to remain friends could stem from a sincere wish to keep their relationship amicable, which would be beneficial for both parties given their professional overlap and public presence. Discussing his health issues and sense of being on borrowed time might be more about his own existential reflections and less about influencing Ruth's feelings, providing context for his current emotional state. Would you like to see Eamonn and Ruth back together? Vote in our poll here to have your say. Summing up the comments, the psychologist added that projection could be at play, with Eamonn opening up about his inner turmoil into an external situation, in a bid to seek validation and support. The hope to remain friends could indicate a form of emotional dependency, highlighting his struggle to cope with the separation and maintain a connection for emotional security, she said. His public declarations might also function in helping him deal with feelings of abandonment or rejection by garnering empathy from others. "I would say that his actions most likely stem from an interplay of emotional needs and coping. It is important to understand the pain we experience as humans from separation and loss. It is one of the hardest things for us to deal with, so in a way, it is helpful for us to validate the expression of his needs. The question that remains is whether Ruth needs to be the one validating them or if perhaps a close friend or therapist should be." When he went to accept an award with his GB News colleagues at the Glitzy Do last Tuesday, Eamonn was further propelled into hot water when he looked to have made a barbed dig at Ruth. In his acceptance speech, he said, "I got two things in my back that I didn't want," which was taken to mean an operation for his chronic pain and Ruth. Reports emerged that Ruth, who has been keeping a low profile since the breakup, was hurt by the supposed jibe, with a source telling Mail Online, Ruth took Eamonn's words as a dig at her. She found it unfair and hurtful, adding that friends are worried this is going to get very nasty. However, it was later clarified that his quip wasn't aimed at his ex. A spokesperson for Eamonn told the Mirror, Eamonn's comments had nothing to do with anything other than the two pins in his back after his surgeries. In the weeks since announcing their split, Ruth has been seen still sporting her glistening engagement and wedding rings. It comes after reports relationship counselor Katie Alexander, 42, had been seen with Eamonn on several occasions over the past year and has also been photographed at his residence. Recently, she has been assisting Eamonn through his separation from Ruth, but her mates are keen to stress that their bond only strengthened after his marriage ended. A source told the Mirror that Eamonn's new friend is in it for the long haul. The source close to Katie said, she is helping Eamonn through the tough times but doesn't want to be seen as a marriage wrecker. The friendship has grown in recent months, but Eamonn's marriage has been over for some time. She wants to help Eamonn with his situation, and their friendship has grown over a period of time. She feels she will be close to him for a long period and is in this for the long haul.